Hello, everyone, and welcome to Metal Matrix, all things gaming. This is an update video to my previous video, which I noticed wasn't fully there, and I had to re-download it today. And instead of me cut in and pasting this in, I decided to do a full new video on this. There's been a development over the course of a couple of days, and a lot of the community contributors have stepped up and finally said enough's enough, have either outright refused the free 500 boxes or refusing to buy any boxes with cash. And if they're getting the free boxes, they're donating the money equivalent to charity. Some people aren't, and some of the CCs are not going to do any content. Now, I want to stress right now, please do not go out and bully the ones that do content and that have accepted the boxes. Please don't do that. It is their business. They got to make a choice on that. However, what I'm going to say is some days you have to take a stand and take a financial hit if you strongly believe in your convictions. It has been seen many times out there in YouTube where a sponsor has been kicked off. It costs financially because they have to because the company and they stand what they preach. Again, I'm just telling everybody else, please don't harass them because it is their livelihood and they each have to make their own decisions. However, to the ones that have, congratulations, finally. I called you out in my previous video because a lot of you bitched about the cost of the Wolf and Trigger E100 for 100,000 gold. And yet you still went out and purchased it when it came out of the auction for that price for your content. And I can tell you right now, I would not have done it. I didn't do it. I could have done it. I could afford it. But I said, nope, way too expensive. I even thought the Type 59 Gold was way overpriced for what it was. And I knew what Wargaming was trying to do, was trying to play on people's FOMO, fear of missing out for that tank and having that rare tank. So I do commend everybody out there that have stood their ground. Also, for people who did decide to buy the loot boxes, please, anybody there that sees them riding around their tanks, don't harass them in game. Don't bully them. Don't be rude, because each person has to make their own decision. And some people can afford to do it, and some people can't, but want to. And for those who can't afford it but want to, I stress, do not do it. Wargaming will then continue to play with this practice, but that is up to you to decide. I can afford to buy all the tanks if I wanted to. I am not going to. The price was ridiculous. For 230 boxes, it was $350 Canadian for just 230 boxes. If I wanted the 30 box or 680 boxes, which is typically what I get for boxes, it's $140. I think that's what the Christmas boxes cost Christmas time for 80 boxes. And I end up buying 2 sets and I got all the tanks. This does not give you a chance. The chances of getting all the tanks with all the tanks that you already have all the tanks, like the other tanks, your chances of getting it is almost $700. Quickie Baby said that he opened up his boxes, all 500 that he was given, and didn't get all the tanks. So that goes to show you that even at 430, which would be $600 Canadian, I'm not talking about American. They said $740 American, that I would not get all the tanks. I don't have every single one of the tanks in the list, but I have most of them. The only way Wargaming is going to listen is if we speak with our wallets and say, this is it. We're done. If we do this, Wargaming will back off. If enough people continue to spend the money, Wargaming is going to push the boundaries. They've continued to increase the monetization since open beta, slowly but surely. But the last 6 years, I would say actually the last 5 years, they have dramatically started increasing the monetization and the grind to get the free stuff. It used to be reasonable, in my opinion, 5 years ago. You could get an event done, get some free tanks out of it, enjoy. It is becoming next to impossible to get that free tank because you're spending so much time playing the game that you're going to end up having to spend gold to finish the battle pass, to get the tokens, to get the free tank. And that's what Wargaming wants. They want you to spend money. And again, Wargaming, I get it. You're a business. You need to make money. I understand that. But you're driving the people away that do keep the game going. Yes, wallet warriors, that people can have the disposable income, are the ones that seem to you go for. But the problem is you're alienating the other group of people, and people like me that can afford it are finally saying, nope, enough's enough, and I'm going to walk away. And then you're going to lose those people like me that it's in a reasonable amount of money, even though I can afford to spend the top beat. I could be the 1%. I could be, but I don't, because I know that if I keep supporting the top 1%, the bottom rest of you are going to be priced out and stop playing the game. And then I've wasted my money. That's what I'm talking to the 1% or the 5% up there that can afford to spend the money for this game and drive it. You are the ones that are going to drive the lower people that can't afford it away to other games, because they're going to say, enough's enough. I can't afford it. Can't keep up. And that's what I'm scared of, because I like this game despite what I show on my Twitch stream. And if you go to my videos on Twitch, I do curse and swear a lot. I do rage a lot. Well, I'm starting to get better at it, but I call wargaming out. But the thing is that at the end of the day, I enjoy playing the game up until the last little bit. When I watched the battle pass get changed and I looked at it and the shorter amount of time that you got to get it done, blah, 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 I finally said, you know what? I'm getting tired of being constantly told that I got to be on the game every single day. I can't do that. As a content creator for World of Tanks also, I'm not a CC. I make content on Twitch. I feel like I got to play and I got to get the tanks, but now, nope, I'm done. Because this here, the loot box system, is what's driven it down. Again, I know this got kind of on the rambling, but again, congratulations to the CCs that have stood up, and to the rest of you that do say nope to the loot boxes. Again, thank you very much for watching the video. If you haven't done it already, hit the subscribe button down below. And as always, everybody, take care, have fun, and peace out.